And do you ever wonder how much class time students miss in quarantine? Well, they can miss up to 2 weeks, even if they're asymptomatic. That's going by the CDC's policy. But Florida's taking a different approach. They're making quarantine optional for asymptomatic students. NTD's Miguel Moreno has that story.
Governor Ron DeSantis has built up a reputation for his novel approach to dealing with the pandemic. In his latest move, the governor's changed his policy for students exposed to COVID-19.
Quarantining healthy students is incredibly damaging for their educational advancement. It's also incredibly disruptive for families all throughout the state of Florida, but particularly here in Central Florida. And so we are going to be following a symptoms-based approach. If somebody is symptomatic, of course, they stay home. But if a parent has a healthy child, that child has a right to be in school.
He says the parents of asymptomatic students have the last word to send them off or keep them home. Before, everyone in close contact with a COVID-positive student would be sent home for a few days, but students who test positive for COVID must still quarantine. Florida's updated rule differs from CDC guidelines in a few ways. The federal agency exempts fully vaccinated students from quarantine if exposed to the CCP virus. But students who've passed on the vax are asked to quarantine for 14 days, whether they test positive or not. In a statement, the Alachua County Public Schools Superintendent said the governor's new rule is likely to promote the spread of COVID-19 by preventing schools from implementing the common sense masking and quarantine policies recommended by the vast majority of healthcare professionals. But the governor says that in Florida,
most of the students who are ordered to go home in quarantine don't end up getting sick.
the state of Iowa has already adopted a similar rule to Florida's. Miguel Moreno, NTD News.